Alright, welcome back to another league race, this time with TMC Division, TWL, and we are back in Australia for round number 1. New season, everything was reset, so... Well, not reset, just ended, we just went to season 6. So, yeah, here we go again, back in Australia, straight into it. First lap I tried on Ultras with lots of fuel. Simple enough there. So you can see this lap on Super Softs, I ran a bit wide on the last corner, cost me a bit of time, still did 20.9, which was okay. And then heading into the last run here on Ultras, this is the real deal. You can see the 15 seconds left or so, just took a bit too much into this corner, and I was not too happy because I felt like I was on a really clean lap. My best lap in Australia heading into this one was a 20.4, which is not too bad, but in TWL this season, with the amount of sweat in this division, you need to be doing better than that. So anyways, you can see I kind of messed up the kind of second to last corner bit there. I got a bit in the grass, getting towards the finish line, and it's a 20.2, which invalidated, of course, but that if that had counted, first of all, that was my fastest lap I've ever done around Australia. But the real kicker was that if that lap had counted, that would have only been good enough for 14th place. I qualified 16th. So, I mean, look at the absolute sweat in this division. So, 16th place. I was last of everyone who really set a lap apart. Like, really, ultimately, like, you know. So, I know I set a lap on supers, but like, come on, I may have gotten Leclerc if I actually set a lap time. So anyways, race is dry. We're doing the one-stop supers to softs, and strategy is the only thing I have to actually lift myself to a good result here. So yeah, let's find out how we get on, shall we? Set the fuel in, and now here we go. Formation lap is done. Starting from P16, could only get better from here, really, but let's find out. 5 lights, and away we go. Not the best start. You're going to see ZR Mercedes on softs get a good run on me to my right. RW then, I believe, is to my left. Brake late, almost run to the back of Kerosene Kev. Managed to sneak through ahead. We're still ahead of RW and ZR Mercedes. There's carnage in front as Desync took Desync on from Kyle's car to Scuba, put him on the grass. That put our Leclerc into a wall basically in the end. I snuck through. There's Scuba on my right. Go down the inside there. Just to finish that move, really, just keep it. So a bit of a chaotic first lap, up into 13th place. Started 16th, and no safety car or anything, but just have to plough on. You can see that you're going to see the front guys just get away so quickly. And then a bit of live radio. Fair warning, Steve, I'm going to be a little bit cautious here. There's a lot of cars here. Yeah. Oh my god! Sorry, Simon, do you have damage?
Sorry. No, I got through.
I had to. You saw what happened.
Yeah,
I had to leap on those brakes. Absolute carnage there. Basically, Perpetuum went for a dive on F1 Alonso, and that put him onto the grass, and that put Alonso into a spin. And you saw the pile-up that got calls from there. The keeper was involved. A whole bunch of people got caught up in it. So that put us up into positions, up into 9th. My teammate Lyronix pitted. So that's in our position was made from that. Lap 5 then you can see the gap, we're just less than a second behind Kyle and just ahead of Scuba in 10th. And in the right front you can see is overheating, so I was having some setup issues before this race, but I went back to my old setup, so hoping that it would be the one, and it's not great sign on those supers that I went like that. Lap 6, Kerosene Kev's going to get into a spin off the Wesker corner, keeps it out of the wall, and that's a position for us then into 7th. Lap 6, so getting closer to the first round of pit stops, and basically, yeah, we're in 3rd place here. Lap 9, ZR Mercedes has got by Scuba. The softs now are a good tyre to be on. You see my left front is it's quite hot, and that's making, especially in this last sector is tough on the tyres, and that kind of doesn't help things. So anyways, Kyle is kind of getting away in front there here. Joe comes into the pits, so everyone who's pitted from Ultras has basically gone in. It's the softs and the supers that have only ones left to pit, and that's where we are. So now we're going to go into some more live radio. I'm wondering like an absolute mofo. Probably gonna get me on the strike here. Oh, I've made contact with him.
ZR.
Yeah. I was down his inside. My wheel just caught his back wheel. So a couple of things to break down there. Firstly, you heard me say into the last corner, I'm understeering like a mofo. These tyres were gone. The understeer was just incredibly poor. I wanted to try to defend the move from ZR Mercedes that had the inside line. You can go back and watch it again. Like, my wheel was actually turned quite a bit. You can see on my actual steering wheel was turned quite a bit. And how little understeer. Like, look at the understeering through that corner. You got me hitting that apex every time, and I have when I was. But just absolutely, yeah, I hate that. I really do. But there's really not a lot I could have done about it. Tires just didn't anything to fight, and we just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. I reached out to Sierra Mercedes, apologised afterwards. Can't explain things, so thankfully he was very accepting of that, and just yeah, I understand the frustration, and again I apologise to him, and it was not great, but again it was tough for me as well. I hate being in power those, I really do. Nothing sits worse for me than getting into an accident with another driver, especially it wasn't like I didn't even outbrake myself. It was just like I made my braking point. It's just the tires, I didn't have any grip in through the second part of that corner. So anyways, we're into the pits, lap 12, coming on to the softs. There's a big train you can see coming out the last corner. I've been undercut here by Scuba, whatever. He's really quick. He was quicker than anyways. Lyronix, my teammate, is going to stop again. And we're just going to get in front of this train. There's RW. I think there's Kerosene Kev. There's F1 Alonso. And there's a few drivers. I think Kyle is in there as well. So really, really important to get out in front of those guys, and I did. So, and on much fresher softs as well. So that was big for me. Excuse me, lap 15, Kyle's got by those guys, and he's going to come down the inside here. I tried for a switchback, but if I had to get off the throttle a bit, and that would have kind of probably run into the back from get some wing damage. So Kyle's going to go through. Not much I could do about it. He was quicker, so couldn't really keep him behind for too long. So coming across the line, coming on to lap 16, our gap to RW is just 5/10. So hoping his tyres were I think 14 laps old at this stage. He pitted lap 2, I think. So I knew his tyres were eventually going to die off and head on to lap 20. This race kind of got lonely in the second phase of it, to be fair for me. 1.8 seconds, so we're getting a comfortable gap. Had 2 warnings at this stage. Had 2 warnings within the first 4 laps. So I was driving very consciously, with intention not to get another, or to get a penalty. Lap 23, medium pilot is pitted. I think he had an accident with Paco. Lyronix is pitted as well after in 8th. Medium pilot on fresh supers. Yeah, I mean, good luck. Good luck and goodbye. Basically, nothing I can do about that, and nothing I want to do about that, to be honest. Lap 27, my teammate Lyronix is on ultra softs. This is a weird dynamic because like I didn't want to let him by, because at this stage we're fighting for the same piece of track. We're fighting for points. We're on same bit of strategy basically at this stage now. We're going to the end, but ultimately there's nothing I could do really to defend that, and I didn't want to defend that too hard. So anyways, he'll go through. I just need to keep within 3 seconds or so, because he had a penalty, I did not, and it was actually quite intense for the last few laps because I was falling away a little bit quickly. But anyways, just using everything across the line, we are going to finish in P9 from P16. So I'll take the 2 points. My teammate was unlucky. Many people were unlucky. I felt good about that result. Australia's not one of my better tracks, as you could probably tell from the. I set my best lap out 20.2, invalidated, but 20.2 would have been good enough for 14th. So that was tough. The incident with ZR Mercedes was tough again. I don't like that at all. But you know, it's just one of those things that happened. Thankfully, it wasn't reported, so I'm thankful for that, because I would hold my hands up and say, yeah, it's fair enough. I had 2 warnings by lap 4. Anyways, there's a result. Good result. Good stuff like Paco to win that race. Perpetuum ended up getting the penalties. He finished down the order a bit further, and Kyle got a penalty removed, so he finished ahead of Scuba. So let's go do it for round number 1 of TMC and TWL. Next up is Bahrain. So that should be an interesting race. Until next time.